Hi, I'm Darren Stanford,
And I'm Caitlin Myers.
and we chose to do a project on Ch.4 Society and Social Interaction. We had the opportunity to speak with the Cypress Chief of Police and a few of the student athletes at the Cypress High School. Today we are here with the Cypress Chief of Police, Mr. Mark Lauterbach, and we will be learning more about him and the community. Hi, Chief Mark.
Hi.
So have you worked for other cities?
Yes, I worked for, so I started my career with the Westminster Police Department back in 1994. And then worked every assignment there and worked my way up from the rank of officer, detective, motor officer, sergeant, commander, deputy chief. And then when I left in 2021, I left as the chief of police for the Westminster Police Department when I took this job.
Okay, so what are the differences you notice working at Westminster and then here at Cypress? Like any big differences?
There's a lot of differences in the way both cities operate. Westminster is about twice the size, with about twice the general population, over 100,000. The call volume is a lot greater in Westminster. The nice thing about Cypress is it's more community oriented. This is a very nice, safe community. We're the 19th safest city in the state of California. Our call volume is down, so our officers get a lot of opportunity to do proactive policing, and that consists of making traffic stops, contacting individuals that may or may not be displaying appropriate behavior in the city. And then they also get the opportunity with their time on the streets to get out and do a lot of proactive community engagement. And that means spending time in our elementary schools, our high schools, getting out, meeting some of the business owners, and really focusing on what our community feels is the need of the police department, other than just responding to emergency calls, what they feel are important.
That's nice of you guys. So I'm aware you have a lot of responsibilities. What are your roles as Chief of Police compared to like a field duty officer?
So that's a great question, because I get that question all the time. What does a chief do? And I kind of relate being a police chief to being the CEO of a company. So at my level, I'm the decision maker. I'm the one that's responsible for not just the daily operations of what goes on out on the street, but also what goes on here in the police station, making sure we stay in budget, making sure that our officers have the equipment that they need, that the cars are up and running, that we have the proper amount of staffing, we're hiring the right individuals for the right positions. And so looking at that, I basically have the responsibility of running everything here at the police department. But with that, everything is compartmentalized. So the detectives handle the investigations, the officers in the field answer the 911 calls, our records clerks handle the processing of the paperwork and working with the public at the front counter. So even though I'm responsible for everything, everyone has their own unique responsibility within the police department. It's my job to make sure that everyone's doing the job they're supposed to be doing, making sure that we're providing the quality service that this community expects from the police department, and making sure that we are doing our jobs right, and making sure that we are leading by being great examples to the community and also to the rest of California and everyone here in the US. So.
Oh wow, okay. At any of the departments you have worked in, were there any cases of racial profiling? If so, how did the officers affected handle the situation?
So racial profiling, that's a very unique word. Mm-hmm. It's a very go-to word, right? But if you really look at what racial profiling is, there isn't a lot of that does go on in law enforcement. I mean, racial profiling goes on in any industry. Mm-hmm. We just happen to be at front and center because we're the easiest target to pick on, right? So fortunately, the two departments that I've been at, no, we have not had any incidents of racial profiling. We do get accused of that because, like I said, it's a very easy go-to description or word to mm-hmm. use. But when you really look at the nuts and bolts of what racial profiling really is, our officers aren't out there doing that. Our officers are contacting that element of our society that needs to be contacted because they're either breaking the law or someone has contacted us and said, hey, we see this person doing a specific thing, or we think that they are doing a specific thing because I just don't know who they are. I've never seen these people before. And so we're going out there and making contact. Again, in the 31 years I've been a cop, I have not seen any incident of racial profiling in any of the departments that I've been in.
Good. That's good to hear. So how does your team put an effort into building a trusting relationship with the community?
I think it really takes effort on both ends. So for us here at Cypress, I really preach community engagement. And I think that all starts, our community engagement for me, I believe it all starts in our schools. It starts with our businesses, because those are usually the contacts that we're making that aren't enforcement related. So for us, I make sure that all of our officers get out to the schools every single day. Our officers are assigned a school, an elementary school, and it's their responsibility to check in with that school, check in with the principal, exchange cell phone numbers, get out there and interact with the kids. And that even goes to our SRO, our school resource officer, that's out there every day at Cypress High School, Oxford Academy, and Lexington Junior High, making those positive contacts and engagements. Because realistically, everybody thinks the only time we show up is when something bad's happening. And that's something that we do have to do. That's an unfortunate part of our business, but that's not our everyday operation, right? We're not constantly 24 hours a day handling an emergency call. We have downtime that we can go out and engage the community, be friendly, and let people see us for who we are as people. Not what they see, the uniform or the badge, but to see the person in the uniform. And I think when you make those positive contacts and those engagements and you develop relationships and friendships, that the impression of what law enforcement is and the intimidation that people feel with this uniform on, I believe that disappears, because we start seeing each other as human beings, as people that have good intentions and are really here to do the right thing. And that's one of the things that is really unique for Cypress, is we have that relationship. We're building on that relationship. I raised my family here for the last 30 years. I still live in this community. So my expectations of what the police officers in this city do really rises, in my opinion, to a higher level than just what a chief expects, because I'm expecting something as a chief, and I'm also expecting something as a community member. And I think when you combine those two things, you get a great police department with great service, great individuals, and you get a community and a police department that works together to make this community one of the best places in Southern California to live.
Thank you for your time. That's all the questions we have for you today.
All right.
Thank you again.
Well, thank you. It was nice meeting you.
Today we are here with a few of the girls from the Cypress High School softball team. Hi guys, I just had a few questions that I would like to ask you. How would you describe your relationship with the local police department as a team?
I would say we all have a really good relationship with the department and like the officers. They always come out to our events and we always get to like talk to them, ask us questions, and our coach is really close with Chief Mark, so it definitely helps like being able to get to know him and the rest of the officers.
Can you share a specific moment when the police showed up during the game or an event?
Yeah, so we have our game every year that we play against them. It's just like a regular softball game. They come out for a few hours and we just get to play them, and then after we'll have pizza or like food with them and get to ask them questions and just get to know them better. And then there's our every 15 minutes program that we just participated in, and we got to really know a few of the officers. We got to really ask them questions, and they explained to us like a lot of what they do, so we really got to know them better. So yeah.
That's really cool. I'm glad to hear that. And would you say that you feel comfortable around the officers? Why or why not?
I would definitely say we're really comfortable with them because they're around a lot. Like, we'll see them around campus, we see them around the community, so it just really helps that like they're always there, and you know, we're just like one big family.
And then would you say that your high school is safe compared to other schools?
I would definitely say it's a lot safer here because, you know, like I said, like I'll see Chief Mark on campus. He'll be here at our games. He'll be like, you know, just around everywhere. And we also have like officers that are on campus sometimes just patrolling and stuff. So I don't hear that from other schools. So I'm just assuming we're a lot safer, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Thank you guys for taking time out of your day. I really appreciate it, and it was nice to meet you.
Thanks.
After speaking to Chief Mark and the girls softball team, we now understand Cypress is one of the safest cities because the police department and community both put an equal effort into creating a trusting relationship. Other cities may lack community engagement, which is one of the most significant factors in gaining trust.
Thank you.